How's it going, everybody? Episode 18. We actually recorded a podcast this morning, just pure audio. I was out and about and I had a little bit of spare time, so I recommend you listen to that. That's actually on a separate topic to what I'm actually going to talk about in this video today. That was talking about branding and top of the funnel marketing and comparing it to some real world examples versus some online examples. If you're interested in that sort of thing, I recommend you check out the podcast and take it a quick listen. It was a quick episode, but I think it was some really valuable thoughts that I put down there, and I'd really like you to check it out. Today I want to touch back onto quality, which we talked about while I was in Dubai as well, because this is a topic that I spend a lot of time thinking about, a lot of time working with, and I think it's something that a lot of companies could benefit, a lot of people could benefit from understanding better and working with. So when I talked about it last week, we had a definition of quality, and that's all very well and good. And it helps people already start with a definition. You know, when you're really trying to make sure that you're delivering consistently what your consumers and what your customers want, then you're starting with a good definition of what you should be trying to achieve from a quality perspective in your business. And that's always going to be a good place to start. But then the question is, do you actually have a problem with your quality? Or is your quality perfect? And how do you know if you have a problem? And if you have a problem, how do you then take action on it? How do you then start working to improve that? And I think that there is one very clear start point to that, and it can create some problems for people, and it can often get people very emotionally involved in the discussion because people don't like to think that what they're doing is necessarily a bad thing or that it's not as good as it possibly could be, but that's just a reality that we have. And, you know, whilst that can create some conflicts in mind, and it can also create some conflicts in teams and conflicts in discussions, I think it's important to get the fish on the table when it comes to quality and start from a point of we all agree that there is something that we need to do and there's something that we need to improve. So how do you know if you've got a quality problem? Well, I would just take it from me that you probably have. That's the reality of it. You probably have something in your quality that you need to fix. Whether it could be that you have people waiting in a really long phone system before they can get to you to complain about something or to get information about something, or even just to buy something off you. I've never really understood how companies can make buying their products so complicated. That's a quality problem, and you can call it customer experience, you can call it quality. I don't really care what phrase you're putting it in, but you have a quality problem in a service that you have. Now, it might be a quality problem in the product that they're trying to buy, but if you're preventing that customer from having a good experience with buying that product, then you have a problem that you need to fix. Then, you know, they may have a problem trying to understand where their product is. I remember when I bought my first high-speed blender, I used to be into, or still am, into eating really big green smoothies. I love those things for breakfast, or in fact any time of the day. And I bought one of those really fancy, high-speed, expensive blenders when I was in Sweden, and I ordered it off a Swedish website, and that was great. Paid my money, got it. They never sent me an email telling me when it was going to arrive or what the delivery time was going to be. And I emailed them and I said, "Hi guys, how you doing? Could you tell me when my blender's going to arrive? Because I've just paid you quite a lot of money for this thing. I'd just like to know when it's going to be here." Nothing. They didn't even reply to my email. I sent them another email maybe a couple of weeks later, and they still didn't reply to my email. So I just ended up having to wait like 6 weeks without knowing when or if my blender was going to turn up. And then it did finally turn up, and everything was fine, and the product was great, and it was exactly as they'd said on their website that it was. But still, I was left for several weeks not even knowing whether I was going to get my product that I spent all this money on. And that's not a very nice situation to be in as a consumer. So that's just an example of something that you need to think about from a quality point of view. The product wasn't actually a problem, but the process that led up to that product was a problem. So when you think about quality in terms of not just your product that you're selling itself, but about how your customer experiences in all interactions on a daily basis with your company and with your brand, then suddenly it starts to highlight that there are going to be plenty of places in which you can improve the promise that you have to your customers. Because you can promise that your product is of high quality, and you can promise that your service is of high quality, but you have to be able to back that up in everything else that you do as well. you have to be genuine to work with. You have to be transparent. You have to be fully committed to the customer. Otherwise, you're going to become unstuck and you're going to have an issue that you need to undo. So unless you're one or two very rare companies out there in the world, then I think that you really will have something that you need to work on. And you will have something that you will need to improve. And you will find that working on that and improving it will increase your customer loyalty, it will increase your sales, it will increase your satisfaction, it will increase repurchasing, it will decrease complaints. All of those things are going to be really good for your company, and they're going to take out cost from your company as well and help you generate more revenue, which is what we all want when we want a company, because we don't want to be dealing with issues all the time. If we have higher quality in the beginning, we will have less issues to deal with. Just in the same way as if I have a clearer way to order something on my online system, I'm likely to get fewer phone calls from customers asking for help on how to order things. Yet what we end up doing is we end up having systems after systems after systems to compensate for poor systems in the first place. So take it from me, you have a quality problem. You just need to figure out where it is, and you need to figure out a better way of doing what you're doing today, which also helps your consumers and your customers. And then I think tomorrow we'll probably try and talk about, well, how do we practically go around diagnosing what that specific problem is, and then how could we go about solving it. So I hope this has been valuable for you today. Let me know down below in the comments, or give me a DM, and let me know if you like it. Please share these videos if you'll find them of value. We would really like to be able to get the message out to more people, so please share them on Facebook or on YouTube or LinkedIn particularly if you like the content that we're producing, and I look forward to speaking to you all tomorrow.